Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, Legit Boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found.
Yeah, that's right.
Hit that subscribe button, the notify bell next to it, and make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. We're also on Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. I totally forgot to name our new patrons yesterday. And I know we had at least a couple. I think I had mentioned this one before. Dog Authority Figure.
No.
Oh, really?
Well,
now officially Dog Authority Figure.
Oh, dear.
Is a supporter of Going In Raw.
Oh, wow.
Ruh. Sam.
That's what my dog does.
Sam Fuentes and Show Ninja. Say Logan Cately also. I don't know if I mentioned Logan Cately.
No.
All right. Gideon Sheck. Do you remember that name?
No.
That's a great name.
I usually don't pay attention to like 75% of what you say, though.
Awesome. Perfect. That's why we get along so well, because we don't pay attention to each other.
We don't pay attention to anything.
Exactly.
I'm on my third cup of coffee a day, too, so.
Oh, man. I want to be on my third. Crap, it's too late for that.
I woke up at like 5:30 this morning for no reason. Maybe I was excited because I knew deep in my soul that there was something exciting to talk about in the show today.
Look in my eyes, Larson. What do you see?
CM Punk back in WWE. You put me on the spot there.
But you know, I throw you a softball and you deliver, man.
Yep. So PW Insider is reporting this morning, quote, numerous WWE sources have confirmed to PWInsider.com that former WWE champion CM Punk.
Yes.
CM Punk was at Fox Studios early this week in Los Angeles, meeting for a potential on-air role for WWE Backstage, as was announced yesterday. The new Fox Sports 1 studio show that will debut on the cable network November 5th. They continue, we are told that Renee Young was also present and that Punk did some test on-camera material.
Whoa.
We have not confirmed that Punk has signed on for the series, but there's more. Some of this, like a lot of this stuff, is actually really interesting. This is a really fascinating little report here.
Yeah.
W Backstage is being produced by Fox, not WWE. So should Punk land on the series, which will air weekly on Tuesday nights, he would not be technically working for World Wrestling Entertainment. And they also add that Punk isn't the only former WWE talent potentially auditioning for a spot in the show, saying, quote, Fox had been bringing in a number of personalities from inside and outside the WWE umbrella for the show. Punk was not the only unique personality who had been brought in to potentially appear on Backstage. Former ECW World Champion and WWE announcer Taz was brought in several times in recent months by Fox for potential role in the series. Paige, Rey Mysterio, which is interesting because he's still wrestling.
Yeah.
And Sean Waltman have also been brought in by Fox producers for potential role. Man, how cool would it be to have X-Pac on there?
That'd be really cool.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. But the thumbnail doesn't have Sean Waltman in it, man. It doesn't
CM
have
Punk
the
on
1,
there.
2, 3 kid. It's got CM Punk. And yes, he would not technically be an employee of WWE. But the fact that he was there testing with Renee Young, that's long ways from
just having chats about potential doing it. Because we heard a while ago that his agent had reached out to Fox once news of this show was happening.
We kind of felt it'd be shocking if he did that without Punk's express permission.
I think so.
That'd be bizarre. I mean, we came up with some scenarios. Not like we're all that familiar with like what having an agent is like.
No, we've never had one.
We have a manager for like some business stuff, but
yeah.
But obviously we're not. Yeah. So, yeah, this is. I mean, look. I'll put it this way. If 6 months ago Punk was getting married and he received FedEx paper saying you're not working with the WWE anymore, he wouldn't be doing this.
No, this was years ago. I think even at a StarCast thing, Meltzer had he didn't mention this, obviously, in the newsletter this week, but he mentioned that at StarCast, he was like, oh, yeah, the past. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm over the whole lawsuit business.
Yeah.
And the insinuation was that, well, if he's going to come back, probably going to be WWE based on the reports earlier about the agent reaching out about appearing on this Fox show. But then Meltzer makes the leap of that, well, if he's going to do the Fox show, that must mean he's going to return to wrestling, because if he's on the Fox show, that's going to be the entire conversation is, well, he's going to wrestle again.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a leap in logic.
No, it's not. It's okay. So it's not a black and white thing. There's obviously a lot of gray there. I mean, if there is a precedent for something like this, and that is the 2K series.
Yeah.
How they have worked with talent which has sort of been a transitionary thing to getting back with the WWE proper.
Yes.
And I mean, we have no idea. Punk he has said many times that wrestling is in his past.
Yeah.
But it's not outside the realm of possibility.
It's not outside the realm of possibility, but just reading that, it was like, well, he's doing this because he's made a decision essentially to wrestle again. And I think that's a bit of a leap because he said many times over he doesn't want to wrestle anymore. And granted, I know part of that was also, I'm done with pro wrestling.
The idea that he has made a decision that he wants to get back into wrestling, and this is how, you're right, that's a leap in logic for sure. However, the fact that he would be totally willing to be associated with the WWE speaks volumes.
Yeah.
I think that speaks volumes. If the guy wants to wrestle, it seems kind of obvious at this point he'd do it in the WWE, which
Probably.
is a far shot from what we had figured before, which would be, well, he'd probably do AEW, try to help them build stuff.
Yeah, but then all that stuff, the interview where he's like, yeah, they essentially can't keep my name out of their mouth to get themselves over.
I know, that was pretty harsh.
Yeah, man.
That was pretty harsh.
I was like, well, maybe he and Cody are working an angle because it was a little bit back and forth. Guess not.
Guess not, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. The wrestling industry is so weird.
Yeah.
He's doing tests with it. You think they're not going to say, yeah, we obviously want him. Of course they want. You want ratings? Get him on a WWE grant. I know it's a Fox show, but it's a WWE show.
Yeah.
Get him on there to talk about wrestling. Are you kidding me?
I know.
I'm sorry. That is not too far away from him actually stepping back in the ring. If he wants to do it. Obviously, that's the only thing it depends on.
That's the huge if.
If he wants to do it, are you kidding me? Man, if he gets that itch, whoo, that's crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
That's pretty nuts.
It's gotten as far as camera tests. I would have suspected that. I mean, I think we talked about it before when his agent reached out. You know, you'd think it would be, okay, well, hey, agent, Mr. Agent. This is Punk talking. Agent to Phil Brooks. You know, I'm all right money-wise, but of course I can always stand to take more work.
Mm-hmm.
Here's things that might fit what I'm looking to do now. But who's to say the agent didn't necessarily take it upon himself to like, oh, hey, Phil, this is something that you're eminently qualified for. I, reached out to see if there's any interest from Fox. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
That's entirely possible.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, that's part of the agent's job is to go and find work for their client.
Yeah.
Whether Punk necessarily green-lit the communications between agent and Fox. Who knows? But I mean, I guess if Punk was completely disinterested in it, we wouldn't have gotten this far if these reports are true. And if the agent made contact without Punk's blessing, I'm sure the agent probably got an earful because of it.
Yeah.
But obviously that doesn't seem like it's the case, again, if this report is true.
Right.
So
yeah. Man, that's crazy. That's the world of wrestling just keeps on getting crazier and crazier. So yeah, what do you think the chances are now that we'll see Punk at WrestleMania 30? Well, 36 is really close.
You mean in the ring wrestling?
Yeah, man.
Oh, 2% botch.
37. WrestleMania 37.
Still,
That's got to go up to 50%.
No.
No, why not?
Because everything he said is that he doesn't want to wrestle anymore.
Remember back when Jericho was saying he didn't want to wrestle in North America because he didn't want to piss off Vince?
Yeah.
And look at him now. Things change. People change. People say things.
I understand people change. People say things.
Everything changes.
He could step foot and set with Renee Young, and they have their own ring there, and you can get in and start taking bumps. And it's like, man, this is fun.
He took a bump
entirely
from the StarCast promo.
I know. Entirely possible. And it looked like he hadn't done it in a long time.
That dude is like he's looking to get back.
You remember that GTS he did at that indie show?
Yeah.
That didn't look great.
None of his GTSs look great.
No, that one
Nobody's got a good
especially
GTS. Even Kent is not that great.
Cesaro's is good because he military presses him over his
that's
head.
true. That is true. That's a good one.
Cesaro has a good GTS.
Man, so that's great. What do you guys think? You guys want to see Punk back in the back? Hey, when Alex C brings up Punk versus Stone Cold.
Stone Cold said in theory he can wrestle a match.
Tell me the Saudi government, I don't think CM Punk would do that for $1 billion. No. Stone Cold might. Oh, man. That's hilarious.
It's something else, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. The wrestling's crazy, man. And it goes to show that, like, sometimes, especially with Vince, we've seen this, time heals a lot of wounds. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Time and money.
Time and money. Yeah. 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 And just, I mean, with Punk, it's funny, though, because I don't think for a second that dude cares about the money at all.
No.
He just probably thinks, hey, you know what? It seems like honestly seems like, if it's fun, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And he probably thinks, man, oh, wait, Booker T is there? I'll do it.
Renee Young's there? That sounds like a blast. I watched Talking Smack like once. That looks like a blast.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Carlos Villalba, real quick here in chat, says no one has a GTS like Caljack. Truth.
That is true.
Caljack has.
You got to be big. You got to be big and lifting up way smaller people.
Well, he does the tilt-the-whirl too.
Yeah,
that's what makes it.
Yeah, his is great
because you get the rotation, of the tilt-the-whirl going into knee. It looks like it hurts.
Yeah,
I know he doesn't hurt people because he's a professional.
So CM Punk stepping back into the ring is maybe a so-so thing, but AEW's got some wrestlers stepping in the ring this coming Wednesday, Larson.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, what is AEW TV, what's it going to look like?
Yeah, they're having their premiere on Wednesday. Dynamite, that's what it's called. Earlier this week, Post Wrestling reported that longtime vice president of production for Impact, the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan, leader of the Dungeon of Doom, the man who brought the Giant into WCW to take that belt off Hulk Hogan,
right,
had left the company, saying, quote, Post Wrestling confirmed with multiple sources that Sullivan has given notice along with several others in his department and is expected to be working with All Elite Wrestling. We were told that, quote, a select few from Impact were leaving with Sullivan, although we were not given a specific number of names joining Sullivan.
Well, here's the thing to consider also, and this isn't in here, but I was reading up on it a little bit. Kevin Sullivan has a TV production company that has worked with a lot of different clients.
Bellator, Fox.
Yeah.
Smothers.
So it's not like he was just the one guy at Impact producing all this stuff. He has a production company that was working with Impact.
KSTV,
yeah, to produce their TV. And by the way, look, Impact has a lot of good stuff going for it. It's got a terrific roster, a really terrific roster.
And the TV presentation is pretty good.
The TV presentation was second only to WWE. That's God's honest truth. It's really good.
Yeah.
And you've seen it. I've seen this in the ads, like the latest ads for Dynamite. They are produced like Impact's were. I could be wrong about this. I'm almost positive that this was probably the work of Kevin Sullivan.
Maybe.
Because it's really, really good. It's very sort of mood lighting and like different colors and stuff. It just looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of see it on that awesome poster they put together for Dynamite.
Yeah.
It looks really great.
Yeah. Well, even going back to Double or Nothing, the packages they had in advance of Cody and Dustin's match specifically was really well done.
Hadn't he worked with them? Like,
I don't know.
I thought, and I'm not going to say this for sure, but I thought that he had actually worked with All Elite in the past. And Impact simply hadn't locked him down.
Well, here, let's get to this.
That's
a good segue. SC Scoops has some additional details, noting that Sullivan's production company, quote, tried to secure a contract with Anthem, which would have given them a sense of stability. That never came to fruition, which understandably led to some uncertainty and left the door open for AEW to sweep in. They add this as well, quote, the mass exodus of virtually its entire production division has left Impact scrambling. Impact was blindsided over the weekend when the Sullivan Group notified them the working relationship was over effective immediately. Oof. One source who we spoke with about the story called it a huge strategic move by AEW and crippling to Impact ahead of their move to Access TV in late October.
I'm a bit the idea that it's crippling to Impact ahead. I mean, they literally just bought a TV outfit. So I'm sure that it won't be too difficult to find a production facility.
But then they laid a lot of people off.
I know. They're like, we don't need any of these people. We got Kevin Sullivan.
What?
Where's Kevin? Kevin? Where'd he go?
He's on his way to Jacksonville.
Oh, God damn it. Why do we keep doing Impact things?
I know.
Because we're still Impact.
Impact's going to impact, man.
Yeah, man.
There's some details kind of about this newsletter, more so about what Impact TV might look like. Meltzer notes, quote, for a 2-hour television show, 5 matches of which the top 3 in theory need significant time doesn't leave much for non-wrestling. You can still have little video packages.
I mean, you can still have a minute here and there.
I know.
2 minutes here.
He continues, little we know is the backstage sketches are not part of the presentation. Although there may be things that happen backstage. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Talking and angles will be part of the show.
Yes. Dave Meltzer's on his game.
You know, he's the Wrestling Observer. I kind of feel like they need a Wrestling Observer editor. The bringing of Kevin Sullivan makes me think great videos will be a component.
Oh, nice.
The first show is also expected to hit hard. Shows the next few weeks, in particular, the 11/9 Baltimore pay-per-view show. So, of course, they're going to promote their pay-per-view.
Talking and angles will be part of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have guessed that one. Talking and angles.
Backstage sketches are not a part of the presentation, although there may be things that happen backstage.
Oh, man. That's great. That's awesome. I mean, honestly, just look at their past couple of pay-per-views have looked great.
Yeah.
And it's probably not going to be too far away from that.
No, I think the actual presentation of the matches is going to look the same as it has, more or less. I mean, I guess there has been some hiccups in terms of the direction and coverage of moves and stuff. That'll get worked out. I think Nick or Matt Jackson commented on that on Twitter. But I think it's the stuff focusing on angles, backstage sketches that aren't going to happen, but stuff happening backstage. That'll maybe look different. And I'm hoping Kevin Sullivan's given free reign to do something different. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously he's good at the TV production stuff, but if AEW really wants to separate themselves, say, all right, Kevin Sullivan, we want you to find a way to help us tell stories, not in the ring, in a different manner. Mm-hmm. Not the stuff that WWE has been doing for 30 years.
No backstage sketches, but backstage stuff will happen.
Yeah, maybe they mean fly on the wall things.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, a good example of this is the post All Out bit with Jericho, how he was walking through the backstage area, just running everybody down, and then you get the little bit of bubbly thing.
But that's still in line with what WWE has done. Like The Rock did that years ago.
Yeah,
when he was going backstage talking trash to people.
Yeah, but there's an added element of, they wouldn't do that now. There's an added element of realism.
Well, they'd probably let The Rock do it, but not anybody else.
Right, yeah. There's an added element of realism to it that I think he's probably getting at here, where backstage, you'll see stuff happen backstage, but not necessarily in cheesy skit form.
Yeah, and I think that's what he means, is that you're not going to see two people standing next to each other having a conversation, the camera just happens to be there.
And he's confirming that talking, so it's not going to be like a silent show.
Yeah.
We see like a silent
the backstage stuff that...
It's not going to be the vaudevillains here.
No, that they have done, like the cold opens for shows. They'll have skits play out, and usually it's handheld and it's following with people.
They're sort of like higher produced, like better, like Being the Elite, but with better cameras.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
competently produced. I joke. Right.
No, well, I mean, dude, they're amateurs. So yeah, that's good. That's all good stuff. Yeah,
yes,
that's all good stuff. Anyways, Larson, before we continue, and speaking of AEW, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, All Elite Wrestling. That's right, Larson. All Elite Wrestling is sponsoring Going in Raw. I'm not sure if you've heard this, Larson, but there's a wrestling revolution that's starting next Wednesday, October 2nd on TNT, and that revolution goes by the name All Elite Wrestling.
Oh, I'm aware, Steve. AEW is wrestling made for wrestling fans by the wrestlers themselves. Look at some of the names that AEW has signed. Chris Jericho.
Huge star.
Cody and Brandy Rhodes.
Big stars.
The Young Bucks.
Big stars.
Nyla Rose.
Big star.
AEW is going to fly higher, hit harder, and with their all-inclusive roster of stars, they're going to break all boundaries.
That's right. We're going to be covering AEW every week here on Going in Raw, and we hope all the friendos out there will join us in experiencing this revolution in professional wrestling. I think they will. I have a feeling they will, Larson. Wednesday, October 2nd, a new league rises, All Elite Wrestling. And thanks for sponsoring Going in Raw, All Elite Wrestling.
Yes.
We are very excited about
the
revolution that's about to happen.
About AEW. Can't wait. Let's talk about some other TV news. This less exciting than All Elite Wrestling. We're talking about contracts.
Oh, wait a second.
What?
We got a Streamlab in from Epico.
Oh,
Epico's back. He's alive. Nah, he's been in Discord this whole time.
Oh, good.
Apparently, he's got cars that shoot flames.
What?
Apparently, if I read his Discord comment correctly,
cool.
And he put in $50 on
Thank you,
Streamlabs
Epico.
and says, "Wayne, you want a war?" Oh my gosh!
Oh wow!
War is happening.
Oh dear!
In Streamlabs, if you want to hit up the show with some Streamlabs donation, it's streamlabs.com/Steven Larson. There's no more one at the end of it. It's just streamlabs.com.
Streamlabs/Steven Larson. Correct. So we're going to talk TV contracts. We know it's exciting, but this could play into potentially first week ratings for SmackDown. So not only are WWE and Fox tag teaming to bring you SmackDown on your TVs every Friday, they're also partnering up to help or get involved in this dispute between Fox and satellite TV provider Dish Network.
Yep.
Deadline is reporting that, quote, Fox-owned TV stations in 17 markets, as well as FS1, FS2, Big Ten Network, a bunch of other Fox Soccer Plus, Fox Deportes, have gone dark on Dish Network and the latest carriage dispute to throw a wrench into the pay TV ecosystem, and notes that the Fox-Dish beef affects about 12 million Dish consumers, as well as potentially millions more who use Sling. So I guess maybe Sling and Dish are owned by the same company. Or
I used Sling for half a second, and it
yeah, I
was
remember you talked about that.
A decent.
Well, you can't watch Fox stuff on it
service.
anymore. So Fox issued a statement saying, quote, Dish Sling is at it again, choosing to drop leading programming as a negotiating tactic regardless of the impact on its own customers. Dish and Sling elected to drop Fox networks in an effort to coerce us to agree to outrageous demands. While we regret this is Dish Sling's preferred approach to negotiating, we remind our loyal viewers that the Fox services are widely available through every other major television provider. Dish countered with a statement of their own, saying, quote, Fox is attempting to force bundle its local channels and unrelated cable networks to get more money and gain negotiating leverage. Apparently, this is enough of beef between, I mentioned all that, but with SmackDown debuting Friday, you got NFL and college football going on right now. Major League Baseball's postseason is just on the horizon. There's potential for a lot of upset customers coming up in the next few weeks should this stalemate continue in negotiations. WB tweeted yesterday, quote, attention Dish customers. Dish took Fox, FS1, and more off your channel lineup. Don't miss the premiere of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. Visit keepfox.com to find another provider today. So essentially, lose Dish.
Yeah.
Find another provider.
Yeah.
So with 12 million Dish subscribers not having Fox apparently, and untold number of people who may use Sling, probably way less than 12 million, I would speculate.
Yeah.
It's still a sizable portion.
We've seen this happen before, though.
I think Dish, and this Deadline article mentions that just in recent months, Dish has had issues with Univision and HBO, I believe.
You know what, man?
They play hardball in negotiations.
Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, I don't know what the future of Dish Network is, given that everybody's cord cutting, but I don't know. I'm not sure how much of a point of leverage they have here.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know like how these things usually get resolved if it's in the favor of the,
I think it's whoever blinks first.
Service provider. Well, traditionally, I'm just saying historically, I'm not sure who has in the past.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it was Dish Network or what's the other one? There's Dish and then DirecTV.
DirecTV, yeah.
Maybe they've had issues before.
I'm sure. I think every cable and satellite provider have had issues with negotiations with various networks before. I just feel like
it's usually like the satellite ones though, because I don't remember hearing from like Comcast or Cox or AT&T or whatever. What's the one out in the East Coast? We've got Comcast. Like the two big companies.
Spectrum.
There's a bigger one. It's God, I forget who it is. It's the other big one. There's Comcast, and there's like the East. Like they literally said, "You don't encroach on our territory. We won't encroach on yours."
Yeah. I don't remember what it is. But anyways, what's the possibility of this outage affecting SmackDown's ratings this Friday?
Probably pretty small. If you just look at the math, like if Fox is in what 90 million homes, 80 million, 90 million, something like that, and then 12 million here,
about a seventh of it.
Yeah, it's really not. It's not. I don't think it's going to affect anything. I don't know how long it's going to take to get. You see, Spider-Man's back in the MCU.
Yeah, I did.
Heck yeah, man! I called it. I think a lot of people called it.
Yeah, I don't think
too much money on the line. Although I was kind of looking for it. I thought it'd been cool if they would have like just had Spider-Man in the next movie. Like just change his universe. Like he literally gets swapped out of his universe into a new one. Like sort of right in the idea of superhero universes.
Yeah.
Then he could swap out another one. Like they did the multiverse. This is a great movie. Anyways.
Okay, I'm trying to find accurate numbers for the reach of Fox Network.
Time Warner.
It's Time Warner?
Is Time Warner on the East Coast? I think that's what it is.
I think that's who we had in L.A.
Really? Maybe they left because they came to an arrangement with, which seems
Maybe.
highly illegal, but I don't know. Anyways,
I don't know either.
yeah, I don't know. It'll be fine. I don't know. Like if you have Dish, just cut the cord, go streaming. There's like,
Well, I mean, the issue is if you got a contract, if you just sign up for Dish, usually
Oh,
they get you
yeah.
on a deal that you have to.
yeah, that's
stick
right.
to.
You have to be. Well, yeah, but here's the thing. If you have Dish, here's the thing. You have Dish. If you really want to watch WWE and you don't want to do it illegally, get one of them like $30 TV antennas. You got a TV. You just plug those in, plug it in. You're good. You can watch it. Mine works fine.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Cord Cutter Steve will give you the inside scoop on how to.
Oh,
get broadcast
wait, is
television.
this true? Legit, Tom's whatever says Spectrum bought out Time Warner.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it is Spectrum. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, Time Warner. Yeah, Ricky Scurvy says that too. So it's all Spectrum out there, I guess, huh?
Okay.
Crazy.
I was right.
Damn it, man. Anyways.
Haha.
So let's talk about NXT and how it's changed.
Oh.
It's sold out.
Ruined.
It's sold out.
Ruined.
It's ruined now. This
Apparently,
is
the whole experience of NXT is ruined now that it's gone to USA.
from the Wrestling Observer.
Okay,
newsletter.
yeah, well,
again, from Dave Meltzer. A lot of the regular fans were unhappy about a few things there in NXT. One was that during the live hour when they did a commercial break, the action would slow down. It was noted to me by several people at Full Sail who were also at PWG that the women's match and Roderick Strong versus Velveteen Dream came across much better on television because the action was chin locks and nobody did anything much for 4 minutes during breaks. The women's match, which came across as an easy 4-star match on television, was actually 6 minutes of super action and 4 minutes of not so much. Strong versus Dream also had a lot of non-action during breaks. There's also less fan interaction with talent. The diehard fans were such because they got to know the talent personally and wanted to help them get over. They would hang out with them before the show at the food trucks. They'd go out after the show to the ale house. There were no food trucks at the first taping, although it was a positive for talent as they had the WWE catering. Nobody
Hey, man,
went.
some of those food at food trucks is delicious.
Food trucks are great, man.
Yeah, man.
Me and Jeff went to one in L.A. or went to there was an outdoor showing of Clerks.
Yeah.
And they had like a bunch of food trucks there.
Yeah, man. Some food truck food's
Holy
really good.
moly. What did I have?
I used to live at not the place I am at now, but the place I used to live. Like every Tuesday night at the park nearby, they'd have food trucks come out.
It's like one of the best things about L.A. They have, man, if you want any awesome food, L.A.
Yeah, totally.
So good, man. I mean,
Sacramento's-
any big cities.
Yeah,
like
Sacramento
that, though.
restaurant scene is on the come up, man.
It's getting better.
It's too expensive to start a restaurant in the Bay Area, so people are coming out here.
Anyways,
Truth.
let's continue on.
Oh,
with this,
sure,
man.
yeah.
I want to hear how bad this NXT stuff
Oh
is.
man, apparently this sounds terrible.
Although that ended up funny because I mentioned last week and on September 25th after the show, Paul Levesque. You know who he is?
Oh, that's Triple H.
Yeah, he made a point of going to the ale house and mingling with the fans there. In fact, he went out of his way to thank all the fans there for attending. There's video of that too. The talent used to park in the Full Sail parking lot and hang out with the fans and go in through the front entrance, leave through the front door, and talk with the fans and take pictures of them. This was changed to them parking in the back, and it was impossible for any interaction at the first tapings. The tradition of the talent and the fans ordering dinner together before the show.
It just seems like he's referencing the food truck thing again.
I know. This is silly. Of course, man, I reached out to our insider, Karen.
Yeah,
She's there.
yeah.
Because here's the thing, man. I saw pictures of her like just hanging like selfies with Kushida. And there's video of so like after Kushida got laid out by Welta by Dominic Mysterio, the Fashion Police brought him back in and they were dancing around,
dancing stuff,
taking
yeah.
pictures with fans. I don't know. She seems to think that everything's fine. She didn't notice any different.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like the Fashion Police. Kushida gave him plenty of fan service this week. I don't know. I mean, sometimes things change, but it's like this is like the biggest chunk of non-news I've ever heard in my life. This is hilarious. They used to park in the front, now they park in the back. They used to eat food trucks, which probably, look, food trucks are amazing, and I'm sure there are healthy ones out there, but by and large, you go to a food truck, you're like, all right, today is a cheat day.
Exactly.
You know, you're about to go live on USA. You don't need to be in the ring throwing up your...
No, you don't.
know.
You don't want. Yeah, you don't want like a giant carne asada burrito,
right, coming
Full
up
of
at the wrong moment.
guacamole and cheese. And
Roderick Strong's about to win the North American title.
carne asada.
Oh, man.
Delicious as that might be. That's weighing you down, man.
The state of wrestling journalism in general is just kind of hilarious these days.
And I feel like people are starting to call stuff out a lot more than when we got started.
Like what?
Like all the Brad Shepard stuff. Like everybody's like, every time I know. He posts anything, they call him out on it now.
It's just some weird, and it's funny because it's kind of only if you pay attention on Twitter.
Yeah, I know.
Which, like, I've started to mute a lot of that stuff because I'm like, it's getting kind of too ridiculous. But just the other day, like, Meltzer was having an interaction with somebody, and he made a really awkward slam on like Ryan Satin.
I saw that, yeah, and Sean Ross Sapp
and John Paul. But then he called out Sean Ross Sapp for, I think he said that he was one of the good ones.
I don't know. I couldn't understand what he was trying to say there either.
I don't know. It's the most awkwardly worded like insult. I'm like, dude, maybe get off Twitter for a bit.
Yeah,
maybe get off Twitter for a bit.
Yeah,
because like Ryan Satin seems like a nice dude.
Yeah, Sean Ross Sapp's great.
He's super nice. Yeah,
John Pollock seemed really nice.
He seems super cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are crazy, man. People are crazy.
I don't know.
Oh, look at this.
I can't.
Hold on. Minion. Supplemental Epico money.
Thank you,
So
Minion.
him and Epico put in $55 altogether.
Yes.
5 of that, of course, is Minion, but it's all in one big pot, I think is what he said.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly what he's saying. This is the news I'm most excited for today, far and away, by far, no doubt. Dead or alive, you're coming with me, Steve. Starcast.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me,
Murphy. Because not only has the convention announced that Surfer Sting is going to be there. He's
gonna be with the red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
the face paint. Yeah,
he's going to be joined by the greatest cybernetic law enforcer of them all, RoboCop. Of course, Sting and RoboCop teamed up briefly at Capital Combat 1990, with RoboCop helping Sting fend off the Four Horsemen. He was specifically brought in
a very specific reason
to counter the strength of Sid.
Sid is very strong.
He is.
RoboCop, arguably
Strongest.
Est.
So,
how much for my meet and greet? Do you have your ticket? If you don't have your ticket,
Murphy.
Do you think his leg gun works? RoboCop, please stand up and do your leg. I have so many questions about this, actually.
Okay.
I got to tweet at Conrad, get to the bottom of this.
All right.
Let's do our own wrestling journalism. Then we can be in the names of people that Dave Meltzer wants to call out awkwardly on Twitter.
All right.
I want to know, is it number one, first and foremost, back then in WCW when he made that appearance to counter the strength of Sid, was that Peter Weller?
I've heard that it was.
It couldn't have been. There's no way to tell.
No, I know, unless he talked.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm hearing him talking.
He didn't talk at all.
But I read somewhere that it was Peter Weller.
No, I think, okay, so I thought that what we read was Sting said it was the real dude who played RoboCop. But I don't know that that's really the case, man. So I don't know.
He's listed in IMDb, Peter Weller, RoboCop, Capital Combat, 1990. It's on his IMDb page.
Really? Look up Peter Weller there. Let's do a word.
Jim Cornette says it was Peter Weller.
There's been some debate over the years as to I've never believed that it was actually Peter Weller, but now Jim Cornette, who was working for WCW at the time, lays out the details about the appearance in the video.
This is from something called manlymovie.com. I don't know how reliable this page is.
So Stevie Bradley says Shivani says it was the stunt man for RoboCop.
Okay.
Where did he say that, Stevie Bradley? Enforcer. Where did he say that in like a podcast or something? And I don't trust Cornette on that.
No, I don't either. And I don't know anything about that site that mentioned that either. Well, here we go. It says something about to promote. Let's make this whole podcast about.
Was it to promote like RoboCop 2?
Oh, this says promote film. RoboCop made a guest appearance at WCW pay-per-view.
Wikipedia only knows what
people put into it.
Yeah.
I can put in there.
Unlike what a lot of people believe, Wikipedia is not actually some sentient everything thing.
And when Rudy Giuliani brings up Wikipedia as a source or something else.
Oh, that guy's crazy. He's off the rails, man. Oh boy. I like the Jameer Band says Peter Weller was not in RoboCop. Let me check. He was in
the first two.
Yeah, he was
in the first two. Not the third one though.
He was not the third one, and he was not in the TV series, nor did he voice, I don't think, the cartoon version of RoboCop, which is insane. Which is actually insane.
Yeah.
That they made a cartoon for RoboCop.
I know, that's crazy.
The first two movies are so dark.
Especially the second one.
The second one is super dark. Man, oh man. you know what I forgot to do? Stupid question thread.
Uh-oh.
I know.
It's coming to that point in the show now, too.
I know. We need questions
I'll move on to Super Chats
for show
while we wait for
now.
that.
Fast.
Jay Sean Lawrence, prediction for the best match next week. Gotta go with Adam Cole, Matt Riddle.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be it. It's got it's got to be it. Although keep an eye out for Street Profits versus
Undisputed Era
Dragon.
Yeah,
that could totally be a show stealer.
Yeah, Seth versus Ray could be good. They let him go for 20 minutes.
That could be really good. He's very excited about that match.
Mm-hmm. And Sasha was excited that he's excited about it.
That was hilarious.
Wayne Maker, Epico has nothing on me. Have
2 pounds.
2 pounds. Jose Laguna, power rank top 5 places to watch Fake Taxi.
There's only one place, man, and that's in comforting your own home. Or on the toilet, I guess.
Yeah, I guess on the toilet. That's probably a prime spot. Daniel Encinas, watching Steven Larson's reaction to Omega's Dragon Suplex of Ishii into the table. G1 USA, IWGP, man, great match. Awesome seat. That was a lot of fun. Those are awesome seats.
That was a blast, yeah. That was great.
Maybe the most fun I ever had at a wrestling show. Sitting second row.
Interesting.
Right on the ramp. Got a fist bump from Naito.
Yeah, that was awesome. Most fun I've ever
High five
had
from the Rainmaker himself.
at a wrestling show. Oh, mine was probably PWG.
Yeah, that was fun too.
Probably PWG. I don't know. Or XPW.
No.
Maybe it's
that was the most nightmarish experience I've ever had at a wrestling show. Got 2 questions from Dylan Haggett. Power rank WWE ring announcers. Howard Finkel's gonna be number 1.
You think so?
Man, he was great.
Yeah, he was good. No, my number 1. You know, the guy who legitimized wrestling for me when I first started watching it was Michael Buffer. That dude I was like, man, they got this guy in here?
And then you got older and you realized his brother was better.
Yeah, but his brother is better because he's more Connecticut.
Kinetic.
Oh,
yeah, Michael Buffer. Michael Buffer shows up, says his catchphrase, and
he's more Stanford.
Takes his giant check and leaves.
Yeah, but he sounds so professional.
Amazing.
He sounds so legit.
Yeah, I know he does. But
I do prefer Bruce Buffer because, like, if I had my choice, I don't know.
No, it's Bruce. Right now, it's Bruce.
Fighting! He gets all in the guy's face. I know it's so good, but he also kind of comes across like a madman.
That's great. He gets so into it.
Yeah, but Michael Buffer's more traditional.
Yeah. I want intensity. Did you go to us to the UFC show live?
No, I've never been. No, yeah, I have been. Yeah. I
so
went
you
to
remember
that,
when they don't. Sometimes you see a little bit on camera where you see his index card pop into frame when he gets in the people's face. When you're there live, he is in the person's face when he's announcing it.
I know.
And it's amazing.
Not sure as a fighter I want that, though.
No, that would get me hype.
You think so?
Heck yeah.
Oh, this guy's just...
Man, it's incredible.
Yeah,
Bruce Buffer is great. Dylan again, power rank WWE show themes. Steve will put Nickelback number 1, but it's the Attitude Era one.
No, I wouldn't. I would probably put the Attitude Era one number 1. Although the one that our friend sent to me, what was it called? Is it Across the Nation? Is that the one that the guy sent over? Hold on.
Oh yeah, something like that.
That might be. That's probably my favorite one. Let me see what that one is. Oh, they've also it's that one, the Union Underground Across the Nation. That's my favorite one. Also in the news, they've I think it was WrestleVotes mentioned the 2 tracks that they think is going to be.
There's the
AC/DC one,
and then something from a band called Skillet.
Skillet.
It's gonna be the Raw theme, and they said there's going to be show opens.
That Skillet one, that sounds like a WWE theme song. And it's a good one too. I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it, man. I know you're not into the music
filler,
video,
man. It's filler.
But here's the thing: so many people have such great memories of it, including yourself, and you don't want it back. That's bizarre to me.
Because they're not going to have anything as good as Attitude Era theme, man. It's all corporate mainstream rock now.
This was good. I like this one.
Well, we can't play
you
them
got
the
the
show,
dirt, my generation.
Right.
Let's get it on. That's a good one, man.
All right.
Look at this video with cool stuff going on. Like, how's that guy wearing a Bullet Club tank top? They didn't even have Bullet Club.
It was Lucky
back
13, man. Rich Nason. It says, getting dome as I drive to work.
getting. Jesus, dude, just don't, man.
It's too much. You're too much, Rich.
You're too much.
Wayne-Maker, Epico, I don't want a war. I just want to cuddle. Gary Smith, the Hoy friend, knows which other WWE personalities would you want to see as puppets in the Firefly Funhouse?
John Cena.
First and foremost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alejandro Gomez, love going in Raw, asked me to turn myself in low. Alejandro, I want you to go to the nearest recruitment center and turn yourself in.
Go to the nearest Fox backlot and turn yourself in.
Oh, great question.
To a WWE host.
There you go. Jose Alaguna, cast Young and the Restless using wrestling.
I don't know anything about
Victor is Vince McMahon.
I think I know who Victor is.
Yeah.
And that sounds right.
And then, what's her name? Nikki was his wife. I guess you'd say Linda. God, what was their son's name? Nicholas?
I have no idea. No clue.
That's got to be Shane.
It's all very confusing.
And then what was his wife's name? I could see her face. I don't remember the name, though.
I'm going to Discord here. But with the report that WWE is bringing Pyro back, who do you think needs it most?
Brock Lesnar.
Don't say Brock Lesnar.
AJ Styles.
He does the...
And
whenever there's a big reveal.
They had the sparklers come down.
Okay, how about this? Name somebody who has been around who only debuted since after they got rid of
Cedric
Pyro.
Alexander. He needs Pyro.
I'm going to say it's Ricochet.
Yeah.
Totally Ricochet when he does the thing with
They're
the
gonna
lasers.
The firework that goes pew. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. They find a firework that fizzles out because that's what it sounds like. It's
well, they have those ones that
and then
shoot
nothing
up and
happens.
makes a high pitched scream.
Yeah.
Jonathan Marsh just says redacted.
Nice. That's my favorite.
That's Steve's favorite.
Let's see here. Charlie Seabach says, "Does this mean press pass that were officially?" And by the way, for the people asking in the chat, yes, that was a legitimate sponsorship ad that we read for All Elite Wrestling. That's a legitimate thing. However, we have not inquired about press passes, so no. I think they've probably found a couple of podcasts or shows. It wouldn't surprise me if you guys listen to other podcasts if they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can reach out. Should they come to the West Coast?
We should. We totally should.
On the Twitter here, Adam Rosen, better potential match, Prime Rib on a pole or Pat McAfee on a pole? What's the better match?
Pat McAfee on a pole.
Yeah, because the Prime Rib one would be over quick because both of them just run over and eat that Prime Rib.
And it's up there for a while, getting dried out.
Yeah, you want to get there right away when it's juicy and succulent before all the fat drips out.
Yeah.
Mr. Triple Mania, predictions for Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view tonight. Is Roosh going to beat Matt Taven for that title? You think so?
Yep.
I don't believe Matt Taven signed a new deal yet.
Although they're throwing everything at Matt Taven.
They said 3 times like top NXT money they're throwing at him. Is that a good value?
That's when when that dude from What Culture came up to you and was like, "You think CM Punk's gonna come back tonight?"
No.
You were so dismissive.
Lord Ziffer, what are the chances Taker shows up at Hell in a Cell to cost the Fiend the match? 2% botch. Mike Halloran, why are you so poorly prepared today?
What?
Yeah, that's why we're so poorly prepared today. This seems in line with how we normally operate.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think it was this. I was about to get the question thread up, and that's when the CM Punk thing came through, and then that took over everything. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, I got to change things now.
We were just about to go live, and I did one last check of news, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of a huge deal.
Jimmy Thomas says, I had the toy model for the Ed 309 and shot myself in the face with the cap gun. Lol, 90s toys.
Basie 26. Okay, how do you feel about the Fiend going 1-on-1 with Okada in a WWE versus New Japan mashup? Who wins, the Fiend or Okada? Who goes over?
The Fiend.
Rainmaker. Jay Sean Lawrence, Power Rank Wrestler YouTube channels. Up, up, down, down. That's be tops, yeah.
No. At this point, it's a Kana-chan. It's a Asuka's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I love that one. That's great. And then up, down, down. That's good too.
Yeah.
Are there any more? Oh, what about AJ Styles Mixer? He barely. I don't think he's still learning. He doesn't.
The question says YouTube channels, man, not Mixer channels.
Yeah, I'm opening it up a little bit. Don't be so rigid.
Being the Elite.
We don't even watch Being the Elite.
I know, but it's popular.
I don't mic stuff up. What's our most favorite?
I mean, that's their aesthetic, though. That's the style. That's what got the show popular. Is that particular aesthetic?
It's not an aesthetic when your sound is a.
Well, like I said, I'm sure they can go out, and we saw
They already did. I think they have mics now.
the stuff with Kenny in that last episode looked good. It sounded good.
Yeah. Maybe they got
But the aesthetic that's the aesthetic though. His home movie essentially. That's the aesthetic. Because they could have gone out years ago and bought mics and mic'd it, and they didn't because that's the aesthetic that got the show popular. Rob Van Eindhoven.
Is he related to Rob Van Dam?
Probably not.
Does he hang out in the pool?
Probably not.
with
Well,
his
I
wife?
can't speak to if Rob hangs at the pool, but I'm guessing it's probably the same circumstances that Rob Van Dam experienced the other night. Anyways, he said, "Will you watch NXT or AEW first?"
That's a good question.
AEW is going to be live on the West Coast, so it's going to be from 5 to 7, whereas NXT is going to be on at 8 o'clock.
Oh, I thought it was opposite.
No. TNT's
Wait,
shooting.
NXT is going to move?
No. NXT.
Okay, never
'cause
mind.
get the
You
East
don't
Coast.
get it. Okay.
No, I don't get the East
You don't
Coast
get
feed.
the East Coast feed. Okay. So I'll have the decision to make.
Yeah.
I can watch whatever I want.
Yeah.
Assuming my Xfinity app with my sister's password is going to work. Wow. What a great question. I'm the kind of person that I'm not really into routines. So whatever tickles my fancy that particular week. Week 1, I'm going to check out AEW because I'm more curious about what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
I already know that NXT is going to put on some stellar matches.
Yeah, and
But
we know the presentation looks like as well.
Right. I'm really curious to see how AEW is going to start things. After that, I don't know.
Yeah. Colt Meehan. Who is going to be more effed because of TV deal shenanigans, AEW or SmackDown? Well, he says more heavy profanity. Who can be more heavy profanity because of TV deal shenanigans? I'm not sure what that means.
Who's going to be more screwed because of TVD? So, I mean, SmackDown, I guess we can assume he's talking about the dish thing.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe AEW because of the ITV thing.
I think it's going to be negligible on both
Yeah,
sides.
I think so,
I
too.
really do.
I think so too. W.S. Fletcher, non-wrestling question. Do you have an issue with Zion Williamson being ahead of Clay in ESPN's top 100 NBA players? Yeah. Clay has a track record. Sure, he's coming off a torn ACL.
Let me ask you this. How many games has Zion played in the NBA?
0.
Yeah, so why would he even be on there?
I know.
That's like ahead of Greg Oden's first season, putting him above.
LeBron.
Right. A little different, but
Yeah.
but
Sentiment
basically,
the same, yes.
Poor Greg Oden.
I know.
How does that dude look like he was 50 years old when he was like 18?
I know. Pandaplex, how would you guys book Bo Dallas in the Firefly Funhouse? Mailman. I think we said it before. Mailman, Milkman, something like that.
Yeah, Milkman. There you go.
Jose Alaguna, how did The Undertaker react to RVD's photo?
Oh man. I wish Michelle was as cool as his wife. I wish she was down to party so Undertaker could have hands on multiple boobies.
Tyler Adcox, who do you think will benefit more from the draft, Buddy Murphy or Cedric Alexander? Buddy. Maybe he'll give him an opportunity to actually be on TV on a regular basis. Cedric's in a feud with AJ. He's got a U.S. title match on Raw.
Oh yeah, I mean, assuming that wherever the draft lands, whomever on, yeah. I mean, Buddy's not on TV right now, so you would think that the draft could only help him.
Joseph Avery, would you rather have Kevin Dunn take over your production or Russo take over all your content?
That's like asking, would you rather eat a bucket of chocolate or a bucket of human feces? Obviously, Kevin Sullivan.
No, Kevin Dunn.
Oh, Kevin Dunn. Still, that dude he's aces at TV. I mean, look, man, I know the whole Crash Zoom thing, people don't like it, but come on. That dude produces 5 hours of top level TV every single week. You can quibble about things, about presentation, but he's pretty good at his job.
Yeah, he is.
I'll say that it's still the same analogy. You want a bucket of good stuff or a bucket of slop?
Yeah. Christian Ramirez, favorite post-wrestling careers of your favorite wrestlers besides RVD is Orgy Dude.
Medusa, a monster truck driver.
Right.
Yeah, easily. They should get her on Backstage.
I'm going to
by the
say
way.
Kevin Sullivan as TV production whiz.
That's a good one. CM Punk as comic book writer
And
or
WWE studio host.
Cody Miles. You see that Jim Johnson's first wrestling gig outside of WWE's Ring of Honor tonight.
Yeah, he's got a PCO song. Yeah, that's cool.
That's good.
Claudio Gatan. Yeah. Would you let Walter chop you once for an intro? Would you let Walter chop you once for an intro?
Yes.
Yes. I
Yeah.
would too.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah, man.
Yeah. It would suck. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
it would
totally
suck.
Oh, good question. Matthew Lawler, Rey Mysterio, or Ultimo Dragon? Who was better in their prime? Man, Ultimo Dragon had like 50 belts at once.
He has the picture with the
Like
ridiculous
all the belts.
titles. Yeah. Definitely him, man.
Yeah, I think so.
I have that song stuck in my head now.
Alexander Rose, have you guys ever thought about doing Halloween horror nights or anything scary for the show? Maybe. Do you want to get some black light in here and?
Are we gonna we're gonna dress up again this year?
Yeah, I gotta think of something new.
Me too.
Other wrestlers have beards.
There's that weird adventure wrestler guy who kind of has like an Indiana Jones vibe, but also like a dad, like a cheesy dad guy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He was on Impact briefly. Some people.
Oh, is that Braxton Sutter?
No.
Oh, okay.
Y'all know who I'm talking. Somebody out there knows who I'm talking about. Put his name in here, and I'll show you his picture.
This is a good question. Nelson G. Assign each other entrance music. So you give me entrance music, and I give you entrance music.
Remember the Mankind's theme that sounded like a little like go to sleep thing? And when he would win a match, remember Mankind did? He would win a match and it'd be very soft and gentle.
Yeah.
Because you have a hard time sleeping, so I need something that's going to help you sleep.
No, this is entrance music for me to walk to the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not the time for me to cop some Z's, man.
Does it have to be a wrestling entrance theme?
No, it can be any song.
Oh, it's any song. Then it's the Beatles' "Good Morning" because that's a wake up song.
Okay.
Nothing to say but good
morning, yes,
good morning, good morning. And it starts with the rooster.
No Good Day Sunshine.
Oh no, that's kind of lame. Good morning, good morning. Nothing to say.
What do you need to get hyped to go out there? So I don't feel like intensity would be an issue.
Yeah.
I think.
What?
It's like I think you could go out there and do the intense thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like you'd be self-conscious out there trying to wrestle because you have no experience wrestling.
Oh, sure.
So you need something to instill you with some confidence.
Okay. Yeah.
I think of a good song that just makes you feel like you can do anything. So I agree with you. My issue would be energy.
Yeah.
I think you have the energy fine. I think in your mind you go out there like I have no training. I have no business being out here.
Wow. Yeah.
Because you're taking care of business by Bachman Turner Overdrive. That's it.
Well, that's good, and my gimmick can be like, because I've got like a bunch of stepkids and a kid and all sorts of stuff going on at home. I could be like your dad.
Yeah.
Dad gimmick.
Yeah.
I'd be like Chevy Chase in the vacation movies.
Yeah. In everything dad rock.
I'll be Steve Griswold.
There you go. Taking care of business.
My finisher's called the TCB.
There you go.
Because that's the most dad song there is.
It's just like a DDT.
All right, because it doesn't really require a lot.
A whole lot of training, no.
All right.
All you gotta do is fall on your back.
Oh,
or it's a sleeper hold finish. There you go. The most basic move.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Nothing to say but something now.
Taking care of business.
Every day. That's a good one. That's good. I like that. That is sort of a confidence-inspiring song.
It can be.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I think that's good for the show.
That's good.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, and a special thanks to All Elite Wrestling for sponsoring today's episode of Going In Raw.
Can't wait to check out Dynamite.
Absolutely. Ask Steven Larson's coming up a little bit later. We're not doing it live though. So thanks everybody.
Yeah, dispel your mind the notion that you're getting it live today.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Where's the thing?